Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be looking at this. This is one of my bigger ficus trees. I know it's not huge, but I mostly grow really small trees, so this one feels a little bit bigger to me. I've had it for a few years, just kind of let it grow, and this is the tree that I take a lot of my cuttings from. I've got some new shoots down here that I can snip off for new cuttings. I've got a air layer going on over here. I might crack that open today just to take a look at it. It's been on there for 4 or 5 months. I started it probably a little bit too late in the summer, but I just want to see if it's growing roots. So we'll see what's going on under there. I've got some wire on it where I had it shaped just to make it look a little better. I'm sitting on the bonsai stand, but I'll probably be taking some of that wire off. It looks like I've got some of it biting into the trunk and some of the branches. So the reason I did the air layer has been bugging me for almost ever since I've had it. So you can see the trunk, it's got a nice thick base. This root over here kind of almost looks like a foot grabbing the ground, kind of stabilizing it. What I'm calling the back, which could end up being the front if this air layer takes and I chop that off. But so it's got some decent roots back there. But what I don't like, and like I said, it's been bugging me ever since I've had the tree. It was already thick when I got it, so I couldn't really move it too much. But it comes off and it almost shoots straight off at a parallel to the ground angle, straight, and then it kind of curves back up. So it looks a little goofy. So I thought I would try to air layer there just to see, maybe have a new clump style tree. Once I cut that off, I could do something up there, and then either cut this off here and let this be the new trunk up here with the, get some of these out of the way. Let this be the new leader where it continues on up, because it does taper down nice, and then develop a new top with some of these branches that I have. Or I could go even lower down to here and maybe point this one up to be a new leader, but that would require another chop there to grow a new top. So not really sure where I'm going to go with it. I mean, even another option, I suppose, if I kind of wanted to turn this into a little bit of a kind of a sumo, real squatty tree, I could cut it here and let one of these grow up to be, continue to grow, and let it get really tall and thicken those up. And, it would be a really sharp taper. It would be this wide and then down to this, and let that be the new trunk. But that's years down the road if I go that route. But so I thought first, I'm going to take some of this wire off that's been on here a bit, and it's starting to bite in. If you can see that, I'll try to move some of these out of the way. But you can see here, it's starting to bite into the trunk a bit. So I'll see if I can get some of that off of there. There's a piece here that's already undone where I can get a hold of it. So we'll just start unwrapping that. Yeah, it's biting in pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Some other wire over here. It's a little hard seeing some of this with all the leaves on it. But since we're sitting in the middle of winter time, I don't really want to defoliate. And it's probably not an ideal time to be looking at this air layer either, but I think we'll still take a look, because if it's not ready, we can always wrap it back up and let it continue to grow. But hopefully we've got some roots under there. But stay tuned, and we'll get to that and see what we've got. There's a piece of wire we can use later. And I don't like, as far as the viewing experience, I don't really like fast forwarding through some of these steps, because some people like to watch real time, how you do something, or how I do it anyway. Because I'm not saying I do it the right way, I just do it my way. And if you fast forward it, you kind of lose sense of how long something takes, and how to do something. So if it is a little long for some of you, you can just feel free to fast forward and kind of move through it. But I'll continue to try to, I'll go as fast as I can, but some of this stuff just takes time, and that's just part of the maintenance of taking care of the trees. So again, I like to just give you a real-time experience through the process. Another piece that we can straighten out and use later. And some of this that's kind of tight on here, we'll probably have to maybe cut out. Here's one here, if you can see, that's almost closed around that. That's pretty deep. But it'll grow, it'll fill in, just add a little more character. Got a lot of wire in here. I'm just going to have to cut some of these pieces to get them off. Overlapped a little bit, which you don't normally want to do, but sometimes you have to. Okay, there's another piece there. Sometimes I'll get in here with needle nose pliers when it's really tight, just to get it started. And if I remember back, I think I put some of this wire on during the summer, which was probably 6 months ago, 5 months ago, and it took me probably a good hour or two. So again, it just takes a little time. For those of you that choose to wire, I know some people don't like to wire their trees; they just use clip and grow, which is fine. I just like to add a little bit more movement. It's just my taste and kind of what I like to see in my trees. It's not right or wrong, it's just what I like. And you can usually get a little faster result when you wire. Clip and grow, you can maybe eventually get to where you're wanting to go with it, but it just takes a lot longer. So if you have a branch that's sticking up, for example, and you want to use clip and grow to get something going off to the right, you would just wait for something to shoot out, cut the top off, and continue that one on. But with a little bit of wire, you just maybe bend that branch over without having to wait for something to regrow. And that's what I like. I mean, I don't mind taking the time to do something, but when I can, I will try to save a little bit of time to develop a tree. But a lot of times it is just kind of do a little bit and then sit and wait for things to continue. Yeah, I've got some more wire that's biting in pretty good. If you can see that, I'll try to get in close here, but that's not too good there. Might be a little hard to get out. Should have looked at this a little sooner, but this is one of those trees I just kind of let sit in the back and let grow because I take cuttings off of it, so wasn't real concerned with it, but still you don't want to get the wire to bite in that much. Okay, I think that's most of the wire that's really biting in anywhere. I may go back later, either on camera, or I might just do that since it's just kind of more of the same, just kind of continuing to unwrap it. Just to save a little bit of time on the video length. I just wanted to get some of this out of here just so I can get in here, and if I want to trim anything off before I look at this air layer. This one still looks okay. Maybe go ahead and take some of that off. These branches should be set. This isn't really biting in, but I can go ahead and take it off. Let's see. All right. We're getting close. I'll come back and take that off later. Now let's go ahead and see if we can get in here and see what this air layer looks like. So let's unwrap this. I've just got this small plastic container, and I put some black electrical tape around it just to hold it in place. So I don't know if I can peel that off, or might have to just cut it. Get in here and cut that off. Like I said, it may be a quick project today because I'm not sure if we're going to have any roots, but we'll soon find out. Just got some sphagnum moss in here. Maybe come around to the back side to take a look at it a little better. It looks like I might have some, can't really tell if this is just the moss or if it's roots in here. Let's see. Well, I don't know that I've got any roots. It may have just grown right back. Actually, I see some roots in here, so let's see where they're coming from. Yeah, I do have some roots. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this out of there. See where these roots are coming from now. A few, not a lot. Let's see where there's some. Some more up in here. I can't tell where they're. There's a long one up here. Yeah, there's some roots in here. Trying to look at them without. Yeah, these are some roots. That's good. There's a few coming off of there, but I don't know that it's enough to. And I think there's a. Get in here and see this. There's an aerial root that came down, and that looks like where a lot of the roots are coming from. Get this piece of wire off down here that I had holding the pot up. There's some long roots. And I think they're all coming from this aerial root, if you can see that. Right here, there's an aerial root that came off of the trunk. And there's roots all the way down in here, all coming from that. So, but where I actually did cut the air layer, I've only got a couple little roots here. So I don't know if I want to cut that off today or just wrap it back up. I mean, that this would probably be enough to support this top piece, but I don't know that I've got enough roots to grow this piece over here. But you know what? I think since this is kind of my experimental tree, I think we might go ahead and cut that off. Yeah, I think I will. And then just try to pot that up where it's at, see if I can grow more roots somewhere else, or I'm just going to see what we've got. So I'm just going to make the cut. If you look at it from what was the front, which I don't know if it'll continue, but I think I'll just make a cut straight across here and kind of work on that being the new tree. So let's see what we can do here. Turn it around a little bit so I can see it and get the right angle. There we go. Okay, it's coming. Hold on to both of them and There. Yeah. So we'll get that down here so you can see it. We'll do something with that. We'll kind of just probably leave this moss on there and just kind of pot this whole thing up and kind of see if we can grow more roots and maybe turn that into another little, like a clump style tree or something like that. So, and this knife, it's the first time I used it. I just picked it up. It just came in this week and it works pretty well. So happy with that. Set that cutting over here. Yeah, this knife, it's you can close it up so it fits inside my tool bag that I have all my bonsai tools in. So yeah, it's a nice little saw. So I can probably, I don't know, I might just leave that as is, not really worry about cutting that up, you know, kind of carving that up a little bit more. Oh, I guess we could maybe. Let's see what. Let's just kind of round some of this off. Need to sharpen my tools or order a new one. This one's not that sharp, but we'll just take some of these edges off and then that will heal up. And yeah, I need to get some new ones. Those just aren't doing the trick. So I think I will put a little sealing paste on there. Let me go get that. Hold on a second. Okay, got it. So this is all I use. It works for me, for what I need. Just put some of that on there. Just to seal that up. That'll do it. Now, let's see what we've got. Yeah. So kind of looking at that, and I can possibly bring one of these branches over here to kind of fill that area in, bring this one up for a new top. So yeah, I like that. And then this branch, won't do it today, but because this isn't really growing that vigorous, but I could take a chance on do it slow, just gradually cut these back and hopefully force some back budding, or just chop the branch and hopefully I'll get some new shoots on the end of it, because that's a little bit too long for the style that I'm looking for. Or like I said, eventually I could even trunk chop it here. This could even be the new top, or just chop everything off and grow a new top on a really short squatty trunk. But I think for now we'll leave it like this. I'm going to go ahead and leave these cuttings on here. I'll probably cut those off later unless I want to grow a new top from here. But we'll just kind of see how the tree does, see if it recovers. I don't want to do too much to it, but I think it'll be fine with just taking this branch off here. So I don't think I'm going to do any pruning. I just wanted to check on the air layer. Happy to see some roots, not as many as I hope, but I think it'll still be fine. I'll get that in a pot and continue to let it grow. Um, so I think for today, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.